The beauty of baseball is that it is the most romanticized sport of them all. As fans, we mark periods in our lives by baseball. No other sport is quite like baseball. And whoever your favorite baseball player was when you were a kid is likely to be your favorite baseball player the rest of your life. For me, that player was the great Henry Aaron. As a kid growing up in Crawfordville, Georgia, Henry Aaron was my all-time favorite player and my childhood idol. The legendary Henry Aaron's career began in the Negro Leagues, 1952, with the Indianapolis Clowns. At that time, he was a skinny, cross-handed hitting shortstop. And so in the case of Mr. Aaron, he was a right-hand hitter who was hitting with his left hand on top. That is unorthodox. The fear is that you would break your wrist hitting in that manner. Henry Aaron is knocking the cover off the baseball in a highly unorthodox fashion. And the rest, as they say, is history. He would be shortly after discovered by the Boston Braves, who would become the Milwaukee Braves, who of course would become the Atlanta Braves. And Mr. Aaron will go down in this sport as one of his all-time greatest players. But it all began in the Negro Leagues in 1952.
Here comes young Henry Aaron to the plate. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here, home run.
For a young Henry Aaron to leave Mobile to go join the Indianapolis Clowns, I think he had the fastest hands through the hitting zone this sport has ever seen.
Hank Aaron finds one he likes and singles into right.
As he himself would say, I never looked for a fastball because I didn't think anyone could get one by me. And he was only hitting about 467 when he was signed away to go join then the Boston Braves. Oh yeah, the hammer was destined to be one of, and in the eyes from this kid from Crawfordville, Georgia, the greatest baseball player of all time.
Henry Aaron digging in now. Rip to third. Over to first. And that'll do it.
Henry Aaron had such a pure hitting approach, Boo. If you took out his 755 career homers, he'd still have more than 3,000 career hits. Just amazing. Guy batted over 314 of his 23 MLB seasons.
That one down the line. Whips it to first. And that is out number 2. And the pitch. Singy, you brought up Aaron's consistent excellence. Not many players in baseball history were as good year in and year out.
It's just ridiculous, Boog, when you think about it. In his 21 years with the Braves, he averaged 35 homers and 105 RBIs while hitting .310 for 21 years. Incredible.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the shortstop, Henry Aaron. Bounce to the left side. The throw to first. One up, one down.
The record that I think is unbreakable is Aaron's total base.
So 2 down. Now here is Henry Aaron. He swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
In 1948, Henry Aaron got to see Jackie Robinson speak in Henry's hometown of Mobile, Alabama. Henry told his dad he'd reached the majors before Jackie retired, and he was right. Aaron debuted in 1954, and Jackie retired a couple of years later.
Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Bounced up the middle. Gathers and throws to first. And there are 2 down. And that skips into dirt. Chris, that story you told about Aaron and Jackie is great. And it's a good reminder that Henry had more than just power in his game. He stole 240 bases in the majors, including 28 when he was 34 years old. 1 down, base is empty. Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
A few days after Aaron signed with the Clowns, their manager Bunny Downs wrote to a friend that he thought Henry would develop into a great player one of these days. Safe to say that he nailed that scouting report.
That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Pipe dream. This was very real. But Henry Aaron already knew he had the confidence, because what he knew is, if I can play in the Negro Leagues, I can play in any league. That's how great the talent was in the Negro Leagues. And for those Negro as they continue to make their journey and transition into Major League Baseball.
Henry Aaron digging in now. Bennett back to work. Bounce to third. Fires to second for one. Back to first, and that is a double play.
You know, we've talked before about Henry Aaron's consistent excellence, but one stat that really stands out is his single-season high for homers. Only 47, but he hit 30 or more homers in 15 seasons, just like clockwork.
What you were saying about Aaron's consistency, Chris, it doesn't happen without staying on the field. He played at least 145 games in 16 seasons, and that's tied for second all time. That one drilled left field. Pulls it in on the warning track.
That durability of Aaron's has a lot to do with his athleticism. Warren Spahn said he'd be the perfect ball player to clone, and that he thought Henry could have been a 20-game winner on the mound.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center, and it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. And nice work to hold him to a single. Got it back in fast. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Henry Aaron. Fouled off left side. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Makes the grab, one down.
What is so remarkable about Henry Aaron's journey to becoming one of the greatest of all time is that he really had no real opportunities to play organized baseball. But young Henry Aaron would take his mother's broomstick, and he learned how to hit bottle caps with a broomstick. And if you can hit a bottle cap with a broomstick, chances are you're going to be able to hit a baseball. And Henry Aaron could hit that baseball. And I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that before he was known as the Hammer or Hammerin' Hank, his nickname was Pork Chops. The late Don Motley, who was the executive director of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, he said, "Mr. Aaron, why did they nickname you Pork Chops?" And Mr. Aaron looks at him and says, "I guess that was the only thing on the menu that I knew how to order." So he found something and he stuck with it.
Henry Aaron stepping in with a chance to do some damage. Reese back to work. Now fly ball to right center. Sizes this one up. He's got it. Here comes the runner from third. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Buck O'Neill's recollection of Henry Aaron is priceless. They're playing in a spring training game down in Mobile, Alabama, Kansas City Monarchs against the Indianapolis Clowns. Buck and legendary Clowns manager Buster Hayward, they meet at the mound to exchange lineup cards. Buck instantly looks at the lineup card and sees that there's a kid named Aaron batting in the 3-hole. Buster cracks up. He said, "Oh, Buck, you got to see him." Buck said, "Okay, well, we'll see what he got." Well, by the end of that game, this kid, Aaron, had gone 4 for 4 with 2 home runs. Later that night at dinner, Buck says, "Well, Buster, I ain't gonna have to worry about that kid, Aaron." Buster's like, "Buck, what you talking about?" Said, "By the time you get to Kansas City, he gonna be gone." True enough, he was signed away by the Boston Braves.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
So 2 down. Henry Aaron digging in now. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. That's back. Gone.
After Henry Aaron signed with the Braves, he only spent 2 years in the minors. His second year was with Jacksonville in the South Atlantic League. Batted .362, led the league in 6 categories, and won the league MVP award.
2 outs. Slapped foul.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Here's the 0-2. That one ripped. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Glass around third. The relay throw. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
For young Henry Aaron to go join the Negro League's Indianapolis Clowns in 1952 was truly a litmus test. He had no doubt that he would be able to move through and compete at a high level in the major leagues because of the talent that was there in the Negro Leagues. He gained the confidence that would allow him to ascend. He really never fashioned himself as a power hitter. He was a ball player who believed that he wanted to hit the ball hard every opportunity, and it just happened to go over the fence 755 times. But as I remind folks, he still has over 3,000 hits. His RBI record will likely never be broken, nor will his total base record. He simply did everything right, as Buck O'Neil would say. He was a beautiful ball player, and indeed he was.
Young Henry Aaron digs in with the bases loaded and 2 gone. Line, and that's a base hit. 1 run's in, 2 runs are in.
In his second season, 1955, Henry Aaron told the Sporting News, "Last year I was sort of a kid and I was a little scared. I ain't scared anymore." That was his first of 21 straight All-Star seasons.
1 down, base is empty. That's hard hit on the line. Snyder hauls it in, 2 away. Henry's humility and strength were just remarkable. He chased down Babe Ruth's home run record, enduring bigotry and death threats along the way, and he did it all with incredible class and grace. Looking to get the tying run on base. Fouled off. He was late. A wind in the pitch.
2-1.
Fought off foul. Hard liner. Makes the catch, 1 down. Now it's the shortstop, Henry Aaron. That one out to right. Murphy under this one. Puts it away for the out. Henry Aaron digging in now.
In his second season, 1955, Henry Aaron told the Sporting News, "Last year I was sort of a kid and I was a little scared. I ain't scared anymore." That was his first of 21 straight All-Star seasons.
1 runs in. Hits the fence. Owens headed for the plate. He's in there. 3-run score. 3-0. As the lefty gets to work. That one is absolutely belted. And it slams off the bottom of the wall. But now he holds it first with a leadoff single. A little surprising he didn't try for 2. Foul ball there. Henry's humility and strength were just remarkable. He chased down Babe Ruth's home run record, enduring bigotry and death threats along the way, and he did it all with incredible class and grace. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And here it comes. And that one hammered. That's back. Out of here. Henry Aaron has his first big league blast.
And no matter how tall and how high the mountain is, that if you try hard.
Memories here at this museum was getting to walk my childhood idol through the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. And so as we are making this walk through the museum, we get to what is my favorite photograph in the entire exhibition. It's a nondescript photograph of then a very young Henry Aaron, 18 years old. And he looks at me and he says, well, Bob, I may have had 2 changes of clothes in that bag, $1.50 in my pocket, and a ham sandwich that my mama had made me, going to go chase that dream. It worked out pretty. For a lot of but you could almost discern that they're saying to themselves, I'm sure they were pretty good, but I don't know if they were as good as Bob says they are. But then you get to that photograph of a young Henry Aaron. Many of our visitors are shocked to discover that it all began in the Negro Leagues. It opens their eyes to the possibilities that just maybe there could have been some ball players who preceded Henry Aaron that were just as good who never got the opportunity to play in the major leagues. The Negro Leagues Baseball Museum brings them all to life.